de passer. Je sais pas trop.
Yeah. Now, can you tell the location of the underground tunnels, right? That the tunnel starts from the under the hill and then goes through the wired fence and then to the parking lot. So over there you see, can you see the North Korean flag? Around there is a fake city. But on your left side you see the modern building. It's a Kaesong Industrial Complex. Also there is a North Korea National Institute which deals with their ideology, political ideology. And the running through the area, can you see the bus? The bus That's the underground tunnel. So the tunnel, the starting point there, and the runs through that area. So now you know structure of the right? Yeah, all on that. Yeah. So here, this is Kaesong City. It's a real city, and on the left side, you can see the modern building. It's a Kaesong Industrial Complex. On the left side of the building, left side of the and South Korean soldiers, or around Christmas days, there's South Korean soldiers yelled at them. We have a Christmas trees. Do you have we have a Christmas chocolate cake? Do we have something like it? It's like a you know, you can exchange
Competition.
It's like an exchange show.
Do they ever talk the north and the south?
Yeah, because at some point they can see the North Korean soldiers.
So do any people from the south want to come there?
No.
No.
Their president.
But the north want to come here.
ドラ展望台から最も近くに見えるところが北朝鮮の境界警戒所。北朝鮮はこの境界警戒所の後方から
En el de Japano, eso de este no lo son tu...
Esto es like yours.
Sí, la guía.
Ah, qué bueno, cagado de morte.
Khá là có lý là nhìn sâu quá lắm. Up to 17 kilometers into North Korea. Now that checkpoint or outpost is the only one flying 3 flags. That is because it is a South Korean checkpoint or guard post, as well as the United States checkpoint and guard post, as well as the United Nations have claim to. They're here, used to be armed for our protection. However, now they're just here to help with our orientation, as well as keep you guys from doing anything stupid. At this time, you will see them post their cordon. Please feel free to take photos or videos of them while they do it. So just because this cordon is not armed does not mean they are ready for an altercation. All of them are black belts in Taekwondo, which is why you will see them in their rest position while they are posted on their cordon. Now, the building that you are in now is the Freedom House. Originally, it was created to house the reunions of families separated by the Korean War. However, it has never been used for this purpose, since the DPRK will not allow its citizens across the MDL at this time for fear of defection. However, they have made their own separate facility for that, which has been used by the Red Cross on their East Coast. At this time, we're going to split back up into our 2 groups. So if you're on a bus with me, please go to your left-hand side and start to form 2 lines. And then we will head to the Blue Bridge first.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you came with me, dive in.
Two lines,
please. 2 lines on me.
Perfect, thank you. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, once we get over this hill, please do not take pictures of that checkpoint there. Yep. That is a checkpoint guarding the NNSC camp, and we prefer you not take pictures of it for their safety. Can you guys hear me back there? Here? Awesome. If you're wondering why we stopped at a pine tree, that is because this is a peace and prosperity tree. The tree itself is actually 66 years old now. It is the same age old as the armistice, which happened on July 27th, 1953. The piece itself was planted with both soil and water for both nations. From South Korea is from the Han River and the Hala Mountain, and from the North Korean side is from the Baekdu Mountain and the Daedong River. It was planted by both President Moon and Chairman Kim as a show of peace and unity between both nations. Actually, in early 2018, the tree actually went under some health issues. So the United Nations has brought on a full staff of botanists to make sure that it stays healthy year round. That's because we don't want the peace tree dying on our watch. Make sense? All right. Also, to you guys' right, you will see the JDO shack. That used to be our only form of communication with the North Korean side. As you can see, there's a telephone line that runs from the JDO shack across the MDL onto the North Korean side. So every day, the JDO staff will actually call North Korea just to make sure their phone is still working. Because in the armistice agreement, both sides have to keep open communication. So how they do this and make sure is they make sure that that phone is still working. However, North Korea never picks up that phone. So instead, whenever we need to get a message across, we will actually go up to the MDL with a megaphone and shout across to the North Korean side and ask them for them to pick up the phone. Sometimes they respond with okay, or sometimes they just don't pick up and we're kind of at a loss. Yep. The structure behind you is actually used to be the spot. It was in the same places where the Freedom House is now, and it was just a meeting point for the JSA. However, they decided to go a little bigger with the Freedom House. That was a bad joke again. All right. Please feel free to take pictures of the surrounding area. If y'all are done, we're going to go over to conference row. Silver buildings to your left and to your right are North Korean ran buildings. The guard posts you see on either top of the hill, to your left and to your right, used to be North Korean guard posts. However, in 2018, when the JSA was demilitarized, all guard posts were sealed and locked by both commanders from both sides, and the keys were swapped by both sides, ensuring that no one goes in those buildings. Now, the military demarcation line, or MDL, is represented by that concrete slab that you see run through the buildings, as well as the white posts I told you about earlier. Now, in between T2 and T3 is where President Trump walked across the MDL over to the North Korean side, being the first U.S. president to do so. It's also where Kim Jong-un and President Moon met for the first time with a handshake during the 2018 demilitarization agreements. Also, if you heard about in 2017, there was a defector. He actually came around the south side there and got to about that smokestack, and that's where we rescued him. At this time, please feel free to take any pictures you would like, and then we will head into T2 after you guys are done. Please feel free to go on top of those stairs, just stay within limits. Thank you. Just a little dust. Feel free to group around you. This is T2, or the Military Armistice Commission Conference Room. It is home for general military talks between both nations. However, it has not been used since 2009. You will notice that the MDL, the concrete slab, runs directly through this building. It's also represented by the 3 microphones along the table. So at this time, you'll notice that I am in North Korea. So the microphones on the table record 24 hours a day, making sure that both sides can hear all conversations had inside of this building. Also, you will notice that the booths behind you and behind me used to be old translator booths. However, in '84 they discontinued that and decided to show a sign of cooperation by putting both translators on either side of the table. You'll also notice that the door behind me is locked from the inside. That is not only because it is a United Nations building and North Korea cannot enter it without our permission, but it is also to protect our South Korean guards that were standing post. They were scared that they would be kidnapped by their North Korean counterparts if they stood on that side, so we locked the door from the inside. At this time, please feel free to take pictures inside North Korea. Please don't have too much of a good time or try to open the door in any way. Thank you. So please feel free. Like I said, please do not sit on any of the tables or chairs. Yeah, they're pretty good.
Taking a North Korean tour. The Soviet citizen actually ran across the military demarcation line in an effort to defect to South Korea. He was chased by over 20 North Korean soldiers who were firing at him with automatic weapons and grenades. Corporal Jung, along with a contingent of United Nations Command and South Korean soldiers, fired back with only 9mm handguns and grenades. Corporal Jung personally killed 3 North Korean soldiers in an effort to push back the North Koreans. The North Koreans fell back to their side of the MDL. Sadly, Corporal Jung gave his life. Corporal Jung gave his life not just for the Soviet citizen that was attempting to escape persecution inside the Soviet Union, but for freedom and democracy. We like to end our tour here not just in remembrance of Corporal Jung, but of all service members who have given their life to protect South Korean sovereignty. Thank you for taking the tour with us. This time feel free to take pictures and video, ask myself, Private Riopel, Private Sierra, any questions you have, and then we're going to hop back on our prospective buses. Thank you.